You don't need to win the lottery when you can just beat the books. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome into Locked On Big 12. I'm Drake Toll from ESPN Central Texas. Thank you for making Locked On Big 12 your first listen every single day. This week in conference play, 6 games to go around in league, and I have got your best bets, ways to make money on the Big 12 this week. Now, look, I'm going to go through every game. Pick every game. Let's divvy them all out, but I'm going to give you the best bets exclusively as well. So, like UCF Oklahoma. Obviously, Oklahoma's going to win this game. Legitimately, this is John Rice Plumlee. Is he back too early? Is UCF pressing the panic button, trying to put something together after an 0-3 start in Big 12 play? Oklahoma 6-0, 3-0 in conference. This game is absolutely Oklahoma's to lose, and they're going to win in Norman. Will they win by 19 points? Final score 34-17 is a cover. That's a cover for UCF. That's not an Oklahoma by 19 cover. So I don't know if I'll go as far as 19. I'll pick Oklahoma, great example of games that I'll pick, but not give you a best bet. But I'm going to pass on playing this one. Now, when it comes to a game like Baylor and Cincinnati, Big 12 on ESPN Plus, Nippert Stadium, 58 degrees, Emory Jones. Look, Cincinnati's 0-3 in Big 12 play. I want to bring you back to that Baylor UCF game in Orlando. I was there. It was a loss for the Bears for 3 quarters. This game is going to be a loss to the Bears for 3 quarters. It's just a matter of Cincinnati closing the door. They'll be up by 14 late in this ball game. Can they shut the door and get Big 12 win number 1 for the Bearcats all time? Scott Satterfield feels a lot better at 3-4 than he does at 2-5. And they have been hemorrhaging right now. Cincinnati's losing a lot. They're going to beat Baylor this week. 3 points. Give me the Bearcats. It's one of my best bets this week. Cincinnati -3 against Baylor. Oklahoma State and West Virginia. This is a game where you should take the underdog. Over under 49.5, hammering the over. We just saw West Virginia's offense is very good. For some reason, Oklahoma State, Alan Bowman have figured out the offense. It's not Alan Bowman, it's Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is a menace. Said it 4 or 5 weeks ago. Is this guy hurt? What's going on? Ollie Gordon leads this team to victory this week. I think Oklahoma State goes on the road. Don't want to say that I'm doubting West Virginia this season because I still am a believer. I'm still trusting the climb. But Oklahoma State's looked really good. They knocked off Kansas State. They just beat Kansas. They're winning games that they're underdogs in. And look at the Big 12. The Big 12 is built by underdogs. When 2 original Big 12 teams are playing, take the underdog. That has been the story this year so far. Give me Oklahoma State, not just +3.5, but I am going to go as far as taking the money line on Oklahoma State to go into Morgantown, 2:30. Now, if it's a night game, it's a different story, but 2:30, Ollie Gordon is, again, one of the best backs in the conference facing off against CJ Donaldson. I'm going to give the edge this week to Ollie Gordon. Oklahoma State gets it done. Their offense has looked much improved, and West Virginia's offense is good. It's just the 2 best bets in this game are Oklahoma State +3.5 and over 49.5. Texas and Houston. Game is on the road for Texas. I think it's so embarrassing and awesome that UT has to play a team that they have no respect for in Houston on the road to end their Big 12 run. 23.5 point favorites. 61 is the over-under. I'm staying away from both of those. I'm just taking Texas straight up. They win this game. I would lean if I had to pick 23.5. They will cover that spread despite Houston's win against West Virginia. But I need you to know, Houston has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. They have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever and just go win. Just beat Texas. Think about it. Close your eyes and picture it. That's hilarious. Not going to happen. But man, like how would we react to that? All of us looking around like, no way this happened. Yeah, possibly. Texas Tech goes to LaVell Edwards Stadium. Oh, this one's tough. 4.5-point dogs for BYU. The bet is BYU plus 4.5. It's a night game at LaVell Edwards Stadium. You can't bet against BYU in those. 16-1 in their last 17 home night games. It's a different animal. Texas Tech looked really, really bad without Baron Morton and Tyler Shuck last week. The Tech offense was not churning. They just refused to give the ball to Taj Brooks for some reason. I'm going to go with BYU plus 4.5, and I'm going to sprinkle a bit on the BYU money line. I'm not going to say BYU money line is a best bet this week, but plus 4.5 is. Give me the Cougars in a night game at home. Keaton Slovis, just be okay. The run game is not going to be very good. We already know that. Offense, over under 52. Take the over here still. But BYU's defense, step up from last week. Get your ass chewed in the midweek. And then go out and cover 4.5. Now, TCU and Kansas State. Kansas State minus 6.5. I'm going to take it. I expect Will Howard will play. I mean, he's going to play in this game. I expect Avery Johnson to get the bulk of the carry. I expect Avery Johnson to be the signal caller of this game for a majority of the contest on Saturday. And I think Kansas State wins by a touchdown. Bill Snyder family, night game. TCU just beat the brakes off of BYU, and I really do like Josh Hoover. He looked studly. But Avery Johnson's tough to stop. Keaton Slovis is not mobile. The BYU run game is terrible. Kansas State, between Giddens, between Avery Johnson, between Will Howard, there are options here. There are options. TCU's working with a freshman quarterback who was really, really good last week. I just don't. Can I buy it 2 weeks in a row? I think Ben Sinnott might be the most underrated player in the Big 12. He could make an impact in this game, in the receiving game for Kansas State. And Avery Johnson's legs, man. I have a lot of faith in that. It's bold. It's very bold. You know, I'm a big TCU guy, repping my Texas stuff today. Love the Frogs. Give me Kansas State minus 6.5. I might lose money on that one. Give me Kansas State to beat TCU by a touchdown or more at home in a night atmosphere, dropping TCU to 4-4 overall. I don't see Kansas State. I see Kansas State at 5-2, 3-1 in the Big 12, and we're talking again about their opportunity to win the conference. I'm going to go with Kansas State in this game. I am. Best bets this week. Give me Cincinnati minus 3 over Baylor. Oklahoma State money line against West Virginia. Give me the over 49.5 between Oklahoma State and West Virginia. Give me BYU plus 4.5 and Kansas State minus 6.5. That's what I like. Right here on Locked On Big 12, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is the sportsbook of Locked On, and it's where I go to make money every single weekend. Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, on a $5 bet. You've been thinking about joining FanDuel. There's no better time to get in on the action. The app is easy to use. Wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. Visit FanDuel.com/lockedon. Kick off the NFL season. FanDuel.com/lockedon to kick off the NFL season. Go make some money this weekend, some best bets. FanDuel is the official sports betting partner of the NFL. That'll do it for Locked On Big 12 today, folks. Thanks for watching or listening. 10,000 subscribers and I will shave my head. Yeah, buzzing on January 1st. Sorry, this week's been a funky week, by the way. I mean, I'm out of studio. I'm in my little closet back here, and I've got a bad cold. Next week, we're going to have a lot of fun together. I miss you all. But I'm right here. You know, I don't have to miss you. This has been, it always will be. Come back tomorrow. Let's break down all these games this weekend. I'm excited. This is maybe my favorite Big 12 slate of the year because it's just, you got some old classic teams going together. Texas goes to Houston. I'm just pumped, man. This has been, it always will be, Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Doce Grande.